Peace, family. Queen here. Oh, my favorite subject. Oh, my favorite subject of all time. Look at this Bitcoin candle. Look at this Bitcoin candle. I just posted on my WhatsApp channel, right? I just posted over there and I said $50,000 Bitcoin incoming. $50,000 Bitcoin incoming, right? First off, we're gonna have a stop at 42.5. 42,005 is where we got our first stop. Our second stop, 45.3-ish. From there, once we break through 45.3-ish, we will see another $50,000 Bitcoin. And folks, this is just a play for play, blow for blow setup. It happens. It has been happening this way for the last two happenings that I've really been paying attention. Okay, really been paying attention. So, you know, I titled this video that Bitcoin is not for the poor. It's not. It's really not. It will be a necessity for the poor. And when I say the poor, I'm talking, you know, maybe middle income and below, right? Whatever country you're in, whatever that medium income level is and below. That's what I'm classifying as the poor, okay? It's not a diss or anything like that. I'm just basically speaking from a mathematical standpoint, okay? Bitcoin is the type of asset. Because when you really look at this, the reason why there hasn't been like mass adoption from average, you know, call it your mom and pop investors, right? The reason why there hasn't been the massive adoption, which in my mind, it blows my mind that it hasn't been, but it's because the people, the mom and pop investors, the people that are in this income range and at this net worth level, they're not paying attention to this. They are not paying attention to this. What are they doing? They're doing their daily grind, whatever that may be. It may be working 80 hours a week. That may be, you know, working 2 and 3 jobs, tussling around with 5, 6 children, you know, the spouse, and all of these different things. So their focus is not on preserving their wealth or growing their wealth, right? They're just focused on getting through the next day. Okay. And so they don't have the time to even look at this until it's going to be a necessity for them. So when I make these Bitcoin videos, I'm truly speaking to people that have something to protect. I'm speaking to people that have, you know, upwards of, you know, 300,000 or more sitting around in some different retirement accounts. Maybe you have, you know, a home, a second home, huge assets that you need to protect. And then maybe you want to leave something, a legacy, a financial legacy, not just in words alone, but a financial legacy you wish to leave for your children's children. This is who Bitcoin is for. Bitcoin is for these particular individuals, okay? People that have something to protect. Because right now, on the face of the planet, we have never seen an asset class such as this. This is an anomaly. It's a phenomenon, and it is just a beautiful sight to see. A beautiful time to be alive and witness this, okay? We have the opportunity right now because we've been in this down market for Bitcoin for over a couple of years, right? And when this bull run starts, this bull run will probably last upwards of 3 years, if not more than 3 years, right? So, you know, give thanks to the Bitcoin gods for allowing this drawdown, if you will, to give you another opportunity. The Bitcoin gods is really just throwing a Hail Mary for you. But you got to fucking pay attention. You have to pay attention. You have to set yourself up. You can't just watch this thing go by. Now understand this. I'm not giving you financial advice. This is just a friend talking to a friend, right? As if you were sitting on my veranda and we're having tea and I'm just having a candid conversation with you. And I'm telling you, if you have things to protect, if you have a net worth to protect, you need to realize that the only pristine asset that we have on the face of the planet at this point in time, the scarcest, the rarest, the only bearish asset. What is a bearish asset, or what is a bear asset? I don't mean bearish like, you know, bullish and bearish. I mean a bear asset. A bear asset is an asset that you fully control and own. And the owner is the person that bears the asset. Well, when you hold your private keys to your Bitcoin assets, that is now considered a bear asset. No one can take it from you. It can't be confiscated, right? I mean, maybe someone could hold a gun to your head and you give them your private keys, but how likely is that? You know, not too likely, unless you're one of these stupid people out there in the world flashing around that you own X amount of Bitcoin and all this kind of stuff, right? Who does that? Only a few that we've seen in the past, okay? So Bitcoin is the only true bear asset, right? Even stocks, you know, stocks used to be bear assets where you would literally physically get the stock certificates, but it was even still a stock certificate, right? The actual stock was still held by a third-party custodian. Bitcoin is the only asset that is a bear asset. You have bear ownership. There is no third-party intermediary as long as you get them out of the way, meaning you're not storing your Bitcoin on an exchange, right? That's where all the hacks happen. You're storing your Bitcoin in your own self-custody personal wallet where you hold the 12 or 24 word private keys and you hold the private seed phrase. Now you have full ownership. You have full ownership. So what did we just do with that? We just got rid of estate planners. These estate lawyers that pay you, that you have to pay out the wazoo to set your affairs up so when you transition on, that your children can be okay. I'll give you a free estate plan right here. Write down your private keys, write down your seed phrases to your Bitcoin, put it in a safe place, lock and key, put it in 3 different places. Leave that information to your loved ones so that when you pass on, they can just take ownership. They don't have to pay estate taxes. They don't have to pay probate taxes. They don't have to pay any taxes, right? They just assume the position with the private keys that you left them. That's your estate plan right there. That's absolutely free. This is the beauty of what we have, family. This is the beauty of what we have. But again, if you don't have anything to protect, you know, you look at Bitcoin and you're like, you know, I don't need Bitcoin, because you don't think you need it yet, but you will need it. You need it now, but you just don't realize that you need it now. Because here's the thing, right? Every single country across the face of this planet, the governments are going to pivot. It's going to start with the U.S., right? So they are going to pivot on interest rates, all right? So when they pivot, because they have raised them way too high, too fast, and everything has fucking imploded, okay? They realize this now, right? So they're going to pivot. And when they pivot, we're already seeing a small bit of this right now. If you look at the 2-year and the 10-year Treasury bonds, right? If you look at the 2-year and the 10-year Treasury bonds, you will see that, yesterday, here it is right here on my screen. This is the 10-year. I don't have the 2-year chart up. But yesterday, when we started to see the Bitcoin rally, we saw the 10-year Treasury bonds and the 2-year Treasury bonds starting to rally, right? Meaning influxes of capital going into it, okay? So And this is just the start. This is just the start. And this is just on the premise of rumors that the Fed is about to pivot. Okay? This is not even the Fed coming out and saying, hey, you know what? Sorry, guys, we fucked up. You know what I mean? And we raised the interest rates too high. And, you know, we screwed over all of the mid-range regional banks. And, we're sorry. But, you know, hey, give us another shot, right? And we will. We will. We will give them another shot. You know, only reason they're in position that they're in right now is because the collective people, you know, from decades ago, collectively decided to acquiesce their financial sovereignty and give it to a handful of people and pray every night that these people will have their best interest at heart. The math doesn't add up. The math is not mathing. Nobody's going to care about your financial affairs better than you. And if you give up, if you acquiesce that responsibility to another being and it doesn't go your way, the only thing you can do is look in the mirror and say, you know what? I fucked up. That's the only thing that you can do. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is what my billionaire mentor told me years and years and years and years ago. He said, nobody, I repeat, nobody will take care of your money better than you. So it's imperative that you do everything that you can to understand money. How can you how can you operate, right? Call this whole system that we're in, call it a monopoly game, right? How can you play the monopoly game if you don't understand the rules of the game? You don't understand the definitions that are being played against you and the rules of the game. It just makes common sense that you would just kind of say, wait a minute, let me slow down here a little bit. Let me figure this whole thing out. Let me understand the rules of the game. And then now let me come back with more information, more education. And now I can play to win versus most people are playing to not lose. Most people are playing this financial game not to lose. It's a game. You may as well play it to win, right? And again, give thanks to the Bitcoin gods that we have an opportunity again. You have an opportunity again to play this thing to win. So what do? You get yourself positioned. First of all, you get yourself educated, right? You don't just listen to me. You don't just listen to other YouTube. I'm talking about you get yourself deeply educated on what money is. Study Austrian economics. That's a good place to start. Study Austrian economics so that you understand the fabric, the fundamental fabric foundation of what a monetary system is. Okay? Once you understand that, you will understand Bitcoin like nothing. It's just, once you understand that fundamental foundation of what a monetary system is and how all regimes are set up, how they're all set up, right? Then you will understand Bitcoin and you will understand the importance thereof. So, I have a 2-hour free masterclass. Again, my information is not targeting a couple $100 net worther, right? My information targets people that have something that they need to protect, right? So you have, like I said, a couple of $100,000 in some retirement accounts. You've got some huge assets. You know, you have some things that are of a large financial value that you're leaving to your children. This is, you know, really my target audience, okay? The information that I put out, education and all that stuff. But anyways, I have a 2-hour free masterclass, okay? You can go to the link in the video, in the description of the video. Watch the 2 free-hour masterclass. That 2 free-hour masterclass is basically explaining to you why you need Bitcoin and Bitcoin doesn't need you. It's our last financial savings grace, family. It's the last one, in my opinion. Okay, so don't be like the masses. Don't be like the masses. Don't wait until Bitcoin is over $100,000-$200,000 and you're scratching your head saying, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't do it, because you have an opportunity right now, just on the sheer fact. I mean, just with this WhatsApp group that I started, I don't know, 2 months ago, we were sitting at 31,000. We were sitting at 31,000, and I was telling people, I said, look, if you don't have a certain portion of your net worth allocated to Bitcoin, take a look at it. You may want to do it, right? And just if people just allocated some capital at 31,000 and sold right here at 41,000, what's that? 10? That's about 30%. About a 30% gain. About a 30% gain. And when you look at the CAGR on Bitcoin, right? Combined annual growth rate on Bitcoin, it will blow your freaking mind. No other asset class has ever, in the history of financial markets, capital markets, no other asset class has done, the numbers and put up the numbers the way Bitcoin has. So that's it. I'll get off my soapbox. I will see you all in some next upcoming videos. We'll definitely, again, heating up this bull run, this Bitcoin bull run. You'll be seeing a lot more videos from me just on Bitcoin in general. All right, family. Bless it.